The Irish government are now giving illegal immigrants and asylum seekers €10,000 to leave Ireland. You heard that correctly, guys. The Irish government are giving these illegal immigrants that are invading the country large sums of money so they will actually leave. Now, before everybody switches off this video and says, Chris, this is nonsense, this is bullshit, I swear to God, I just came across this article yesterday on the Urinal, as Ninja Knight says, because obviously the Journal and a lot of these mainstream media platforms are bullshit and all they do are just a mouthpiece of the government. The Journal put out a news report today saying a grant is offered to support people to re-establish themselves, access education, or set up a small business when they return home. So now you're going to have illegal immigrants flying in from Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, third world parts of Africa that have no running water and just no English and nothing, zero. It's just the African plains. They're going to be coming over to Ireland and illegally staying here for a couple of months until they receive their €10,000 stipend, and they're just going to return home with it. I mean, it's unbelievable. People are going to be frauding this system like crazy. I can already tell how this is going to be frauded. An existing allowance of $1,200 for an individual or $2,000 for a couple or family is in place. So that's already in place. So already if you come here and you have a family, you get given €2,000 to leave Ireland. You've never heard anything like this in your life, guys. This is absolutely crazy. It says, asylum seekers' payments under the voluntary return grant are to be increased under a new order signed by Minister of Justice Jim O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan is to increase the allowance to $2,500 for individuals and up to €10,000 for families if they drop their asylum claims and return home. This is insane. The Irish government will do anything to not be more conservative because, you know, a conservative or right-wing guy would just put them on a first flight back home. No questions asked. If you arrive here on a boat, or if you arrive here illegally, you just turned around and sent home. No, the left-wing woke government literally will do anything to stop them being called far right. Now they're paying people, please go home, €10,000 to go home and set up a business. Do you know how much €10,000 is to places in the Middle East that don't have houses, places in Africa that live on $1 a year? I mean, these places are literally destitute. We're giving them, the lottery to basically leave the country. So now this is going to be abused like crazy. This is going to be abused like crazy. I can already tell it's going to be abused like crazy. So the department said that up until September 19th, 1,159 people left voluntarily under the program. This is an increase of 130% on the same period last year. The grant levied to asylum seekers leaving voluntarily under the program can be only availed of once. Okay. It is offered to support people to re-establish themselves across education or set up a small business when they return home. So while all the money is going to the foreigners and everybody outside the country, when does the Irish population come into the fray? When do Irish homelessness people come into the fray? When do the Irish homeless or someone like me, when do we get anything from the government for free? Never have I received anything for free. It just seems like if you come to this country and you're a DEI hire or you're some sort of DEI person, you don't fit the standard bill of Irishness, whatever the hell that is now, because they've distorted the meaning of that. Now you get given money to leave the country. This is unbelievable. I couldn't believe how crazy this was, guys. This is so crazy. The new levels of support will come into effect on Monday. So they've already signed this into office. Like, the thing about Ireland now as well is, like, it seems like we don't get given any choice in anything. You know, when it was the deposit return scam, when you get like a protein shake now, after the gym I get a protein shake, and, you know, you hit your flipping nose off that, you can't drink the bottle properly because of this thing, this lid. That was brought in. There was no vote on that. Also, you have to return these bottles, or you have to return plastic bottles to get your 25 cents back that the government stole from you. Like, how do these things even come into how do they come into play without any sort of consultation from the Irish public? Do we get consulted with anything? Or do they just sign in new bills and just, forget about the Irish people? Because it seems like that, guys. Take, for instance, in the UK, these new identification digital IDs. Keir Starmer supposedly says that they'll cut down on people working illegally, but he actually can't give an explanation on how that will be done. But they brought that in without any consultation from the public of England, and they're going to bring in that without any consultation to the public in Ireland as well.
One of our viewers got in touch and wanted us to ask this question. Russ Brown wanted us to ask you if you really believe that those profiting from human trafficking will think, oh dear, I have to check your digital ID now. I can't carry on paying you £1.50 an hour to work in my sweatshop.
I'm absolutely convinced that amongst the reasons that people travel through France, which is a safe country, to come to the United Kingdom, amongst the reasons is because it's easier to work in our illegal economy than it is in other countries. And we have to deal with that.
Bosses who are prepared to hire people illegally are not asking them for their national insurance card. So what's the evidence? What makes you think they're suddenly going to ask them for a digital ID?
We need to be really clear. You must have ID, mandatory digital ID, in order to work, because we have to stop illegal working. If you look at any of the raids, we've massively increased the number of raids on working premises. It is absolutely clear that people are working illegally in numbers.
But why do you think that them having a digital ID, having to have a digital ID, would stop that problem, when right now people are meant to have a national insurance number and card, and if they're not asked for that, a boss is willing already to break the rules? What's the difference going to be?
Well, the difference is this is on point of starting, not a retrospective exercise as it now is. It is an automatic collection of the information by the government, so we know exactly who is working in our economy, and it will help us enforce the rules that are there. But there's no point people saying to me, why do we need it, when we all acknowledge there is a problem. People are working illegally in our economy. It is amongst the reasons that people want to come to the United Kingdom. We have to deal with that. I made a pledge that we would do whatever was necessary, use whatever tools were available to deal with illegal migration. I intend to do so.
Literally a tyrannical government in the UK, and we have the tyrannical government in Ireland as well. You know, in France, they have the digitalized ID card, and France have the highest rate of illegal immigration and crime and non-working people in the entire EU. Like, France is literally a war zone. It's a disaster. That country has been ruined by illegal immigration, and they have digital ID cards. The problem is this: whenever people commit crime in your society, and then the government say, we're here to help you, we'll take care of you, just know that you're going to lose your freedoms. That's all, plain and simple. And look at these digital ID cards that are in China. You know, the digital ID card, if you don't have a phone, is going to bring social exclusion. You're going to be excluded from things. The famous conspiracy theorist, the man that got me into politics, Jesse Ventura, he didn't even own a phone. So what if you don't own a mobile? What if you don't own a phone? You know, then you're screwed, basically. Then you're screwed. You know, so you're going to be on the bus like this guy who doesn't have a smartphone, and he can't verify his Cure passport, his obviously lockdown passport, and he can't take public transportation like buses, like, you know, they can't go to the hospital. It's really primitive, and it's disgusting. Ireland is quickly descending into chaos. So they're giving away, of course, loads of money to immigrants, but then on the other side, our own people get nothing. But not only that, crime has gone through the roof as well. And that's simply because a lot of people in Ireland don't have anything. Here we have a bizarre news story. It says NFL Dublin game descends into chaos as Pittsburgh Steelers star is jumped and robbed on a night out. You couldn't make this up. This is the craziest thing I've ever heard. The Steelers were preparing for their game in Dublin, took a worrying turn on Friday night after one of their players was robbed on a night out in the Irish capital. He was in Temple Bar, the same place that I talked about the British tourists getting beaten up a few days ago. Literally, you have to secure Temple Bar. Listen, the Irish government, secure Temple Bar, lock that place down. Gardaí, army, no matter what it is, lock down Temple Bar. What the fuck are you doing? This is the third time. That's it now. That's enough chances. There's no more chances left. You have to lock down Temple Bar. This has happened the third time in the last week. There's been an attack in Temple Bar. What is happening with that area? Why can you not secure that one zone of Dublin City? Are you that useless? What is happening? This is insanity. I cannot believe I'm even talking about this. This is crazy shit. Backup quarterback Skylar Thompson was left with minor injuries after being the victim of a robbery on Friday night, NFL Network said on Sunday morning. Thompson, who was already on injury reserve, so he actually wasn't playing with a hamstring injury, so he was literally injured already. So this guy was injured coming to Ireland to rest and relax. Ah, good Ireland, nice peaceful Ireland. Well, you know what you think. You know what you think of when you think of Ireland now. We get that cultural enrichment from abroad, and these Americans are going to feel the full effect of our cultural enrichment into this country. They said he was beat okay after the ordeal, and the Steelers spokesman Bert Lawton said in an interview, "We're aware of the situation involving Skylar Thompson on Friday night in the Dublin. We have no further comment at this time, and we're working with NFL security to gather more information regarding the incident." Where was his security as well? Like, these NFL players are big, massive guys, like 6'10", 400 pounds and shit. Like, they're just massive. But where is the security? These lads are worth millions of euro. Like, these lads are super rich, super famous, and I don't understand. Where's the security for the NFL protecting these lads as well? Just an absolute joke. This country is in turmoil. You can't even secure the capital. How are you going to secure the rest of the country? The country is a joke. The country is a joke. Bro, I've had enough of this. Since Charlie Kirk died, we have gone DEFCON 3, okay, on this shit government, because this is not getting better. This is getting worse. How can you have a player, a multimillionaire, famous quarterback for the biggest team in the flipping world nearly, get injured and beaten up by some crackpot? We don't know who it is. Is it a local? Is it a flipping foreigner? Could be a local. Could be an inner city guy. They don't give us a report. The mainstream media is dead. Like I told you every time. But when they don't give you a description of the person, that is a description. So we can assume, and it's insane to see that this shit is happening on a daily flipping basis. Absolutely crazy. Scrapping with people on nights out before the flipping massive game that they have to play. Ridiculous. I love you guys all. Tell me in the comments down below how much you hate the Irish government, how much you hate the flipping security in this country. We can't even protect our capital. We can't even protect the centre, the tourist centre of the country. How do you expect the Irish government to protect the borders? Like, just think about that logically. We can't even protect a couple of pubs, a couple of flipping pubs in town. And you goddammit think that we can flipping protect the country from foreign invaders? There's ISIS in this country right now. There's ISIS just looking for a chance to flipping kill people. I see them in town. I go to town, I walk around. There's guys looking around. There's guys scoping out. They're scheming. They're looking around. You know what that is? That's flipping Al-Qaeda. That's ISIS. That's Boko Haram. That's flipping Al-Shabaab. That's flipping everyone. That's terrorist fractions that are looking to inflict murder and death and destruction on this country in the most violent way possible. This country is a shithole. I don't know what I'm going to do in the next couple of years. Something has to change, guys. There has to be a change in this country now. We're calling for it now. I love you all. If you want to support me, hit the join link underneath the video. Become a member today for just €3 per month. Can help support me. Push back against the mainstream media. We got 30 members now. So I really appreciate the love and support, guys. Let's keep running that number up. I can't do it without your all help. And I'll see you guys all in the next one, man. Peace.